Hello and welcome to my third video which shows you how the system works. In this video I will show you how to view your calls and update them. The first thing is that the customer name may not be the same as where you are going. It is very difficult for ERP systems to understand that the site you are visiting is not the same as who is paying the bills. So in this case we're visiting Brewer Bill, but if you look at this one, the print shop, you can see that the site is Precision Peripherals. We are working with the developers to make it more apparent where you should be going to and who the contact is. I suggest that until then you work closely with your call controller to make sure that you have the correct site address, postcode and contact name and telephone numbers. So going back to Brewer Bill, I'm just going to click on it and you can see that the screen has a number of components. The first is this status button, which is where you change the status of the call. The second are these menu items that run along the top. They're split into main, service report parts, service report labour, service calls for serial number, customer contacts, be wary of that one, and shipping address. The third is the information that contains information about the top level forms, i.e. this section here. The fourth are these buttons here, which contain information about internal notes, where you can put internal notes that will not be seen by the customer. You can see remarks about the malfunction and add details about what you've done to repair it, and the attachment button, which opens your camera so you can take photographs of the printer. Like R2, the call has to move through a number of statuses so that everybody can see what is happening with it. At the moment, this one is saying dispatched, so the first thing you will need to do is to move it to engineer confirmed. Every so often you get warning messages, so just be wary of those, but OK for it to save. Every time you've finished doing something, you will need to change the status. If you're having problems changing the status, then it is probably because you haven't attached a photograph. So if we start with the main, this is one of the areas where we're hoping to strip out a lot of fields that we don't need, but at the moment it will give you some useful information about the call, including what it is. So working slightly out of sequence, you will need to see what the field, the repair details are, or the details of malfunction. So you click on that and you can see it's poor print quality and making a burning smell. Close that back to get back to this main screen. Like R2, you have to change the ETA. Unlike R2, you have to put in an estimated finish time. So at the moment it says 9:30, so I'm going to change that to 10 o'clock. Simply click on this clock to bring up this screen and then you can move the wheels around. So it is 12-hour clock on the outer wheel and 24 hours for the inner wheel. If I wanted to change it to 9:15, I can do that by clicking on that. I'm going to put in change the end time. I'm going to make it a little 11:30. So 11:30. Alternatively, you can just click on this icon here. Little keyboard, it brings up a time, so you can just click on, just enter it that way. Remember, when you make a change, you need to save it. Save blue button up there. So moving forward in time, we've assumed that you've gone through and done the first job and that it needs a part. You can do this. You can order a part by clicking on the service report part top level form and using a planned quantity or an actual quantity. We'll just click on here because we're going to be ordering a new one. The key is to put in a date. It doesn't matter which ones, just choose seven days from now. We can enter a part number on the system at the moment it won't work, but in the future, if you need a part number and know that it is on the system, you can click here, start entering the part number, click on this drop down button, 650, it will start searching. Let's say 8560 printhead, and then depending on whether you're using it or you want it, you choose planned quantity or actual quantity. Then let's just say we want one, we need one, done. Billable, it's not billable, but don't worry about that, we can sort that out. There's something here called a work order lot number. This is a replacement terminology or phrase for our batch number. So if we are sending parts out to you with a batch number, they'd be known as lot numbers. So that is where that will go. If you want to add, you can save a new, and then you can add another one. And this will go through to the office. You're not actually ordering it. That's going to be done by your call controller or the stores. This is just a estimate about what you would like. Alternatively, you can bypass all that and put it in your engineer repair notes like you do at the moment. So we need these parts. We're going to click on the next item here, which is the service report labour. Again, we're going to put in a new date. So this is where you put in all the times that you've done. So first of all, yeah, future date. It needs a work hour part number. So I can't get rid of this at the moment. So at the moment, can you just choose technician work hour? Because it need anything with a red asterisk it will need. And then please enter your start times and your travel times. Save. You can enter in what you've done by clicking this button here and description of the repair. And this is where you enter in your repair notes. Fixed it. Save. And then it is very important that you take some photos. Attachment, camera. Open up your camera, take a photo. And then we can add that to the call. Down below there are 3 buttons. You can get a signature by opening this screen here. Preview. I won't bother about that, I'll just save it. I'm sure you get the general idea. And then again, if I can give the customer a service call by clicking here, and then you can click on this share, and then you can easily email a service report to the customer when you're on site. So it will open up again, I won't go into it too much, but you get the general idea. When you've finished, you can it is either repaired or it needs another visit. If it needs another visit, then change the status back to inactive. If it is fixed, then change it to being documented. Again, If you can't change the status to either of these, it's probably because you haven't taken a photo. Thank you, and if you have any questions, then please contact myself or Steve Jones.